The golden age of the solo filmmaker has officially entered a new, more aggressive chapter. For years, we've been told that if you want a true cinema look, if you want the dynamic range, the codecs, and the reliability of a Hollywood set, you have to spend $10, $20, or even $50,000 on a camera body that weighs as much as a small child. But in early 2026, Sony just decided to burn that rulebook to the ground. This is the Sony FX3 II, and it is arguably the most dangerous camera Sony has ever built. It's not just a successor to the legendary FX3, it's a direct challenge to the high-end cinema market. It's a mini FX6 that fits in the palm of your hand, and it packs a feature set that makes the competition look like they're playing catch-up. If you're a cinematographer, a documentary filmmaker, or a high-end content creator, you need to listen very closely, because the FX3 II has one specific hidden upgrade that is about to change how you shoot forever. And it's something the big cinema houses are terrified of. Let's talk about the heart of this machine, the sensor. For 5 years, the 12-megapixel sensor of the original FX3 was the king of low light. It was the ISO monster. But for 2026, Sony has realized that the industry is moving toward higher resolutions for cropping and AI-assisted stabilization. The FX3 II introduces a brand new 24.2-megapixel stacked CMOS sensor. Now don't worry, Sony hasn't sacrificed the low-light performance we love. By using a triple native ISO architecture, they've managed to maintain that legendary clean image at ISO 12800 while giving you double the resolution. This means you can finally shoot in 4K and have enough meat on the bone to crop in for a vertical social media edit or a tight close-up without losing a single bit of professional detail. It is the perfect balance of resolution and light sensitivity that we've been dreaming of since 2021. But the biggest headline, the one that has every filmmaker on Reddit losing their minds, is the OpenGate 3:2 recording. For the first time in a compact Sony Cinema Line camera, you can record using the full height of the sensor. Why is this a game changer? Because it gives you the ultimate flexibility in post-production. You can deliver a 2.39:1 anamorphic style widescreen master for the big screen and a 9:16 vertical version for mobile from the exact same file. No more guessing your framing or using clumsy monitor overlays. The FX3 II sees everything the lens sees, and it records it in a massive 6K resolution. This feature alone makes the FX3 II the most versatile hybrid tool on the market. Now let's talk about the internal secret that Sony didn't emphasize enough in the press release. Internal 12-bit RAW. For years, we had to attach an external monitor like the Atomos Ninja to get raw data out of the FX3. It made the small camera bulky and difficult to balance on a gimbal. But with the FX3 II, Sony has integrated internal 12-bit RAW recording directly to CF Express Type A cards. The data rates are staggering, but the image quality is undeniable. You are getting the same color science and flexibility as the Sony Venice 2, but in a body that you can throw into a backpack. This effectively bridges the gap between the prosumer and the professional worlds. If you can't make a masterpiece with this camera, the gear isn't the problem. But power generates heat, and that has always been the enemy of compact cameras.